Premier Danielle Smith has come under fire after seeking help from the Trump administration, which she now denies. In an interview with a U.S. conservative news outlet, she blasted former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's handling of tariff threats, while also pitching the idea to U.S. officials to hold off on implementing tariffs until after the federal election, with the hopes of seeing conservative leader Pierre Poilievre elected. The federal election has been called, and candidates are now making their case to lead our country, but Premier Danielle Smith might be making the most noise. In a March 8th interview with the right-wing U.S. news outlet Breitbart, Smith claimed the tariff war was hurting the Conservatives' chances at taking power, saying, "The longer this dispute goes on, politicians posture, and it seems to be benefiting the Liberals right now," asking the Trump administration for help, adding, "Let's just put things on pause so we can get through an election." This political scientist calls her plea for help astounding.
Hurts Danielle Smith because it looks like she is supporting the United States in the middle of a major trade war against Canada.
In a statement to CTV News, the Premier denied asking the U.S. to interfere in Canada's election, calling it false and offensive, saying, "Now that an election has been called, I would reiterate my hope that the United States would refrain from placing tariffs on their closest ally. I, along with the vast majority of Albertans, are obviously concerned with how vulnerable and weak the Liberal government has left our country after the last 10 years. In that interview, she also claimed former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau got into a ditch during his November meeting with U.S. President Trump at Mar-a-Lago, saying he said that tariffs would result in Canada collapsing, and I think that was the wrong message to convey because it made us sound very, very weak. It should be noted Smith was not at the meeting and is relying on Trump's version.
Trump has said over and over again that Trudeau told him that tariffs would destroy Canada. I just can't imagine the Prime Minister of Canada saying that.
On Sunday, Prime Minister Mark Carney addressed Smith's comments, highlighting her alignment with Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre and Trump.
One of the decisions that Canadians will have to make, whether they want a government that is unifying, that's standing up for Canada, and is taking focused action to build a better economy, or they want division and Americanism.
Well, my response is that the president has said that he thinks it would be easier to deal with a Liberal, and with good reason. The Liberals have weakened our country. He's been very blunt that he wants a weak Canada that he can target.
Bratt believes the temperature could rise on Smith's comments later this week.
Let's see what happens when she goes on Ben Shapiro's show this week, right? Another far-right podcast. Does she echo those same things?